Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT Season 2, Episode 20. We are just a few days removed from NXT Takeover Uncensored. We have no pre-show matches tonight. As always after pay-per-view, we have a few big matches settling on stuff that's kind of hanging out and left over from our pay-per-view, which is Takeover Uncensored. Let's get straight into the action, everyone, because I'm ready to go big with this show tonight. Here we go. We see highlights from NXT. I don't know why Bo Dallas is being shown there. That should have been William Regal. Anyways, we see highlights from NXT Takeover Uncensored. We see the news. We open with the news that the NXT 2016 Queen of the Ring and number one contender to the NXT Women's Championship, Emma, wasn't able to make it tonight, but she's okay, and shows Sasha issuing an open challenge, and then shows Asuka coming out per Regal for the title shot and losing. We then see American Alpha earning their NXT number one contendership match, Big Cass beating Enzo Amore with the help of the turning Carmella, who joins the NWO Gold. We then see NWO Gold member Charlotte defeat Bayley, Mr. NXT retaining his NXT Championship over Kalisto, the Young Bucks retaining their NXT Tag Team Champions via nefarious ways, Kevin Owens of the NWO Gold defeating Baron Corbin, and Sami Zayn defeating Finn Balor in a last man standing match to become the number one contender to the NXT Championship and face Bo Dallas. Alright, here we go. A limo pulls up, gold painted, as it stops within the arena. Scott Hall steps out, Kevin Owens steps out, Kevin Nash steps out, Charlotte steps out, Big Cass steps out, then extends his arm to the newest member of the NWO Gold, his bae, Carmella, stepping out, grabbing her man's Big Cass's giant hand, and giving him a big wet kiss, very seductively. Smooch. Hall and Nash smirk, as Charlotte and Owens have already walked up and ahead of everyone. Big Cass grabs his woman Carmella's hand and slowly starts to walk through the parking lot, staring at workers and other officers as a "how you doing?" as dirty looks to people given galore, and we fade into the package. So basically this was a segment with the NWO arriving to basically put over the fact that Carmella turned on Enzo Amore, joined the NWO with her fiance Big Cass, or her boyfriend, fiance Big Cass, whatever. And the NWO is now 6 strong: Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Kevin Owens, Charlotte, Big Cass, and Carmella. Welcome to NXT, says Renee Young. We are just days removed from NXT Takeover Uncensored, where not only did all the champions retain, we determined a few contenders to those championships. Bo Dallas is the smartest man alive, says Corey Graves. He got to sit back and watch Finn Balor and Sami Zayn duke it out in a last man standing match just to get a shot at his championship. Just a shot! And we've been given the word from Commissioner Regal that the NXT Takeover special, NXT Takeover Toronto, that Sami Zayn will indeed take on Bo Dallas in the main event, the man who cashed in on Sami Zayn after Sami Zayn ended the Revolution James Storm's season-long run as NXT champion in his home country. Bo Dallas will put that title on against Sami Zayn. Corey Graves, I cannot wait for that match, Renee. Well, we have to wait for that one tonight. American Alpha refuses to wait. They won't wait. They've waited their entire lives. And tonight, in the main event, American Alpha, Jason Jordan, and Chad Gable will cash in their championship opportunity and take on the Young Bucks of the Balor Club for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Alright, now in the opening match, and the match has some good action, but not much of my feet. Apollo Crews defeats Brian Kendrck in 13 minutes via pinfall. This was just to get Apollo Crews a victory here and get a good match going on. We now flip on and see William Regal backstage in front of the camera. Like I said, as I always say, the first show after the pay-per-view, there's not a lot of matches, there's not too much story, it's really just building the building block for the first couple episodes heading towards the next takeover. NXT Universe says William Regal. NXT Takeover Uncensored was our highest rated special yet, and with that comes big news. When you're in the news, when you're in the highest regard, you don't have to make all the calls to field competition, but rather the calls coming to you. So at NXT Takeover Toronto, we will have a very special guest. I cannot wait to introduce him to you. Excuse me. So at NXT Takeover Toronto, we will have a very special guest. I cannot wait to introduce him to the NXT Universe. The fans cheer. Now, I'm not in the business of granting rematches without just cause, and what happened last Sunday is just cause in my opinion. While Enzo Amore is not cleared, he will be in 6 weeks' time, and as such, I'm granting him a rematch against Big Cass. And to ensure things are on the up and up, I'm holding this match inside a steel cage. The fans cheer. In 2 weeks' time on NXT, best friends Kalisto and Sin Cara will face off, with the winner facing Mr. NXT for the NXT Television Championship at NXT TakeOver Toronto. We are building this pay-per-view out to be our biggest one yet since Legacy. The fans cheer. Coming up next week, though, we're continuing with this trend. We're going to see the Queen of the Ring, coming up tonight. we will see the 2016 Queen of the Ring Emma take on Asuka. If Emma wins this match later on, she's granted her NXT Women's Championship match she was unable to make. I don't usually grant chances when you let NXT down in these types of situations. However, let me assure you Emma's circumstances checked out, so if she wins tonight, she's back in. Regal smiles. Thank you for your time. The scene ends. Alright, into that match. In the match, that's some good action, but not much may have heat. Emma defeats Asuka in 14 minutes with the diving crossbody and earns her her first match against Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship. The NWO Gold, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Kevin Owens, Charlotte, Big Cass, and Carmella are seen walking slowly backstage together to the back as they come to Commissioner Regal's office and slowly walk in. The door swings open and we see Regal and Albert. As the door swings closed, we see Big Cass locking the door. The scene fades. What is that about? I'm not sure. Albert vowed to help protect Commissioner Regal, get his back, and that's exactly what he's doing because the entire NWO is heading to talk to William Regal. A video now hypes that Samoa Joe will be wrestling next week on NXT. And a match card now hypes playing that next week the NXT champion Bo Dallas will take on Neville in the main event on NXT. Now let's head into the main event. And about that featured great action and average heat, American Alpha defeats the Young Bucks in 18 minutes when Chad Gable defeats Matt Jackson by a pinfall with the Alpha. We had Doug Gallows accidentally hit Matt Jackson. American Alpha has ended the 6-month title reign of the Young Bucks of the Balor Club, and American Alpha out of nowhere defeat the Young Bucks for the NXT Tag Team Championships. American Alpha, Chad Gable, and Jason Jordan just beat the Young Bucks as we know. The 6-month reign is over. First Finn Balor loses last Sunday. Tonight, we get the Bucks losing. Balor Club is in disarray. Chad Gable and Jason Jordan music blare as the duo drop to their knees and the referee walks over to hand them their NXT Championship titles. Corey Graves, this place is coming unglued. I can barely hear myself speak. Doc Gallows, after hitting Matt Jackson on accident, grabs Nick Jackson as well as the Balor Club, less Finn Balor, argues amongst themselves. Hideo Itami and Neville run into the ring and celebrate with American Alpha after having lost at NXT Takeover Uncensored to the Young Bucks who cheated to retain their championships. And the 4-on-3 causes the Balor Clubs to rethink their stance, take their ball, and go home. The show ends on a feel-good moment as the show ends this week with Hideo Itami and Neville celebrating with the new NXT World Tag Team Champions, American Alpha. And this is good. A good rating. This was me, wanting to surprise everyone and put the titles on American Alpha. The Young Bucks have had the championships for a long time, everyone. I thought, instead of building up to another pay-per-view match, I thought, let's just do it tonight. Let's just surprise everyone and give everyone what they want to see, which I believe is an American Alpha Tag Team Championship victory. Will they keep the title in the rematch? I don't know. Who knows? But, I got the bigger stuff, bigger angles, bigger plans for the Balor Club. But, whatever. Tonight, this is Chad Gable and Jason Jordan tonight, folks. American Alpha defeats the Young Bucks for the NXT titles. Asuka loses to Emma, so Emma will be going on to Toronto to take on Sasha Banks for the NXT Women's Championship that she did not get a chance to take her on for at NXT Takeover Uncensored. A 67 rating, which is great. 9-1. Thanks for watching, everyone. We're going to have another one up tomorrow, but this was a fantastic show for NXT on the return. And NXT is going to be hot and heavy because I got already 7 matches planned out for the show. For TakeOver, excuse me. So we'll see what happens when we get there. Thanks for watching, everyone.